Let your conscience be your guide. That is my advice for this 153rd episode of Disney Jeopardy. Welcome in. As always, I am your host, Bryan Perri. And if you didn't join me a week ago, then you don't know that last week, Final Jeopardy was all about Pinocchio quotes, which means that category carries over to this episode 153. And it brings with it 5 quotes from the 1940 Pinocchio film. I'll read you the quote. You have to attribute which character said that very line. I've got 4 other categories as well, including 3 that are very timely. I'm talking the Olympics. I'm talking the Super Bowl. I'm talking Valentine's Day. That's right, lovebirds. Let's check out the board and see what episode 153 has. First up, it is Pinocchio quotes. So hopefully you know a lot about Disney feature animation's second film. Next up, Listen, I Love You. The third category is Disney Halftime. Your fourth category, for the first time ever, is your Club DJ member category of the week. That's because it is mountains. And yes, that does have to do with Disney theme parks. Leaving us with the fifth category, the Winter Olympics. Now, don't get it wrong. I'm not quizzing you on Lindsey Vonn or luge or how many quad axles Ilya Malinin landed, but instead how the Winter Olympics and Disney intertwine. But before we get started, here's a look at the Club DJ poll. I mentioned that Mountains won it, and it did so in a pretty evenly matched game. And with that, it's now time for the easiest round of the game. It's the Cupcake round. Each of these clues worth just 200 points, beginning with 1940's Pinocchio and Pinocchio quotes. I'd rather be smart than be an actor. I don't know if I agree with this quote, because if you're a super successful actor making millions and millions, then maybe it's better to be an actor than be smart. Either way, the correct answer is Pinocchio.
That's the stuff, Pinocchio.
I'd rather be smart than be an actor.
Now you're talking.
All right, we're moving on. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there, or Happy Singles Awareness Day if you're celebrating that instead. In this category, titled Listen, I Love You, I'll be playing you an audio clip from a Disney film. You have to identify what movie the clip is from. And by the way, in the clip, someone says, I love you. Here we go.
I'll be back in 3 days' time. I love you very much, dear.
So the correct answer here comes from a movie that features a character who is both smart and a good actor, because she's straight up lying when she says, I love you. That character was Gothel, meaning the correct answer is Tangled.
I'll be back in 3 days' time. I love you very much, dear.
All right, it's now time for Disney Halftime. Over the years, the Super Bowl, of course, has put on a number of halftime spectaculars and not so spectaculars.
You gotta be a football hero to get along with the beautiful girls.
I'll be asking you 5 clues all about shows that incorporated someone who had to do with Disney. Here we go. For 200 points, a little more than 6 years after getting his own, now removed, attraction at EPCOT, this performer starred in 1993's legendary halftime show. Well, not only did he sing and dance throughout the performance, but he also just stood there. Just like that, and everybody kept screaming. It's hilarious. Check it out if you haven't done so yet. Captain EO was the attraction I was talking about, meaning the correct answer is Michael Jackson.
One eternity later.
Here comes the Club DJ member category of mountains. This attraction's mountain stands at just under 200 feet tall, making it the tallest quote-unquote mountain within a Disney park. We've got a number of tall ones sprinkled throughout the world. Space Mountain in Magic Kingdom is the tallest space one. That total is over 180 feet in height. Then you've got Mount Prometheus out in Tokyo Disney Sea. This volcano stands at over 180 as well. But what stands at just under 200? We're going back to Florida for the answer. Expedition Everest is your tallest. Here comes the final clue of the Cupcake round. It's the Winter Olympics. Walt Disney designed the now famous green circle, blue square, and black diamond system that is affiliated with this Olympic sport. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a much bigger Winter Olympics fan than Summer Olympics fan. I just love all of the events significantly more, including the downhill, alpine, and all forms of skiing for that matter. The correct answer here is skiing. That's right. Walt Disney designed the green circle, blue square, black diamond system that is used to tell skiers how difficult an upcoming trail is going to be. Disney's ties to the Winter Olympics and skiing don't end there, though. Back in 1960, when the Games were held right here in the United States in Squaw Valley, Disney produced the opening ceremonies and the closing ceremonies, and then went on to want to build his own ski resort, the Mineral King Ski Resort in California. They got pretty deep in the planning phase, but there was opposition met by the public when Disney said, we need to build a highway through Sequoia National Park. People said, I don't think so, and hit a few roadblocks. Unfortunately, Walt Disney did die in 1966, so plans kind of fell apart soon after that, and everything but one aspect of the ski resort went bye-bye. That one aspect was the Country Bears. That's right, the Country Bears were intended to be part of the Mineral King Ski Resort. That's why they're in a lodge when you see them within the parks. When the resort never came to be, the Walt Disney Company said, well, we made this show, we're not just going to ditch it. So they brought it to the Magic Kingdom first for opening day in 71, and then a year later to Disneyland. Fun facts about Walt Disney. Moving on to the second round now. It's the 400s, beginning with Pinocchio quotes. After all, enough's enough. This little guy is just trying to get some sleep. The correct answer is Jiminy Cricket.
After all, enough's enough.
Here comes your second 400-point clue. It's listen, I love you, so listen up.
Love you tons.
I love you 3,000.
Name the movie. Spoken by Tony Stark's little daughter. The correct answer is Avengers Endgame.
Love you tons.
I love you 3,000.
It's the halfway point of the 400-point round, meaning it's time for halftime. This former Mouseketeer has appeared in 3 Super Bowl halftime shows, performing in 2001, 2004, 2018. I believe that this is actually the record for most performances by an individual in different Super Bowl halftime shows, 3 being that record. You've got a number of artists who have performed twice, including Nelly, Mary J. Blige, Bad Bunny, Lady Gaga, Beyonce. Like I just said, this guy's got them all beat by 1. 3 performances for our boy Justin Timberlake. There he is with Ryan Gosling on the old Mickey Mouse Club. He first performed in 2001 with In Sync. And then in 2004, he had his famous performance with Janet Jackson, which is remembered for its good, clean family fun. And finally, in 2018, he headlined by himself. So 3 performances for JT. Here comes Mountains for the second time. While Shanghai stands as the only Disney resort to never have a space mountain, this international castle park is currently operating without one until 2027. Well, the castle park I'm talking about does keep us in Asia. That's because the correct answer is Tokyo Disneyland, which straight up demolished its Space Mountain beginning in 2024 and is building a brand new one. And look at this. Wait till you see it at night. Oh, it's pretty spectacular. Like I said, the new version opens in 2027. Final clue of the 400s belongs to the Winter Olympics. In Miracle, the United States defeats this country before playing Finland for the gold medal. Often regarded as not only the greatest upset in Olympic history, but maybe even the greatest upset in sports history, unless you consider David beating Goliath some sort of combat sport. Correct answer is the USA beat Russia, or the Soviet Union. We're moving on now to the 600-point round where things get a little tougher. It's Pinocchio quotes again. If the monster doesn't wake up soon, I'm afraid we are done for. Speaking inside of the belly of a whale was Geppetto.
If the monster doesn't wake up soon, I'm afraid we are done for.
Listen up, because it's time for Listen, I Love You.
I was hiding under your porch because I love you. Can I stay?
Love me some dogs, so therefore I love me some Doug. The correct answer is up.
I was hiding under your porch because I love you. Can I stay?
Halfway point of the game means it's time for halftime. Cue the band. These two bands that have ties to Rock and Roller Coaster performed at the Super Bowl 5 years apart in 2001 and 2006. Well, last round, I talked about how Justin Timberlake performed as a member of NSYNC in 2001. They did that alongside Aerosmith, who is, of course, featured as part of Rock and Roller Coaster, not for very long. But Aerosmith, of course, has ties to Rock and Roller Coaster. Who's the other band, though? The one that performed in 2006? That would be the band that was originally planned to be part of Rock and Roller Coaster until they asked for too much dinero. The answer there is the Rolling Stones. So those are your two bands.
Just to hear you breathing. I can't get no satisfaction.
Let's read another clue about a mountain. In Walt Disney World's Fantasmic, this character swung across the mountain on a rope for 20 plus years before his scene was removed for the 2022 updated version of the show. So nowadays, if you go to Walt Disney World and specifically Hollywood Studios to see Fantasmic, you might catch a glimpse of Aladdin swinging on a rope, or even Elsa in the new scene. Love me some Elsa. But before the scene was installed in 2022, you would look at the mountain and say, "Look, it's John Smith." Final clue of the 600s belongs to Winter Olympics. This 2005 film stars Joan Cusack as the mother of a girl who uses her high IQ to pursue her dream of becoming a figure skater. If I had a nickel for every figure skating movie Disney released in 2005, I'd only have 2 nickels, but that's still more than I would expect to have. That's because Disney released Go Figure in 2005, which was about figure skating and hockey. That is not the answer I'm looking for. No, the answer I need is Ice Princess.
You have to want it more than anything else. Why are you doing this?
Mom, it is about feeling strong and beautiful for once in my life.
We're moving on from the green circles and blue squares of trivia question. It's time for the Black Diamonds. The 800-point round begins with Pinocchio quotes. What? You mean to tell me you take orders from a grasshopper? All right, bud, I don't know you like that, so don't talk to me like we're friends. That's what I would have said if I was Pinocchio in response to Lampwick.
What? You mean to tell me you take orders from a grasshopper?
Grasshopper?
Ugh, got such a punchable face. Not Jiminy Cricket, but this guy, Lamp. Look at him. You know what? I'm going to say it. I am not upset that he turned into a jack. Sorry about it. Here comes Listen, I Love You for the 4th time.
I love you.
I know.
So, if you couldn't tell from John Williams' score, slightly beneath the spoken lines, this is from a Star Wars film. I originally was going to play the famous clip from Empire Strikes Back, but I thought it might have been a little too easy. So instead, this one is from Return of the Jedi.
I love you.
I know.
Here's Disney halftime for 8. Bad Bunny performed in the 2026 halftime show, but this bunny beat him to it, appearing in Disney's 1991 All Kids halftime performance. That 1991 Super Bowl halftime show that was produced by Disney was something.
You gotta be a football hero to get along with the beautiful girls.
Little strange, very strange, extremely strange. But it did bring us our correct answer here. That bunny was Roger Rabbit.
Deepen! Hey, looking good, fellas. Okay, here we go.
All right, let's move on. It's mountains for 8. While riding Soarin', you'll see these 2 large mountains, one found in the European Alps and the other in Africa. Both have ties to Disney attractions. So Soarin' Around the World opens up with a shot of the Matterhorn in Switzerland, which of course is the famous roller coaster out in Disneyland. As for the other mountain down in Africa, look above the elephants and their CGI throwing of dirt, and you'll see Kilimanjaro, which of course has ties to Kilimanjaro safaris. Final clue before the 1000s, it's the Winter Olympics. Ken Wu is an Olympic figure skater, first seen in this Disney film. Woo, 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 Kenny Wu. He appeared in 2 different films, but I'm asking for the first one. The correct answer is D2, The Mighty Ducks.
Isn't that kid from the Olympics, the figure skater?
Yep, Ken Wu. What can I say? I convinced him that hockey had more of a future. We put a stick in his hands, nobody's been able to touch him.
I'll tell you what. If Team USA loses to Canada again in men's hockey during these Olympics and falls short of the gold medal, I say forget it. Let's pull a Kenny Wu. Just grab Johnny Weir, put him on the team, and see what he can do. Because at this point, we're going on 46 years without a gold medal. All right, you know what time it is. It is time for the most overly dramatic, soundtrack-infused, unnecessarily spotlighted part of the game. 1,000-point round. Hit it. All right, I guess you could say this is the medal round. Will you earn the gold? Let's find out. It's Pinocchio quotes first. The word Honest John, or foul fellow, makes Pinocchio say when looking in his mouth. That oh so honest John makes him say hippopotamus.
Say hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus.
I knew it.
Here's your last clue from Listen, I Love You.
I love you. You gotta do better than that. I love you.
That I Love You was delivered to a television. You didn't know so at the time, though. That's because the film it's from is Home Alone 2.
I love you. You gotta do better than that. I love you.
The final clue from Disney halftime is worth 1,000. EPCOT's Tapestry of Nations was the theme to the 2000 Super Bowl halftime show, one that included performances from these 2 Disney legends. If you are unfamiliar, Tapestry of Nations was a parade that used to be at EPCOT at the turn of the millennium. As for Disney legends, well, one half of them was a former castmate, Justin Timberlake. Yes, they were a Mouseketeer. That was Christina Aguilera. Who's the other? Well, he had just composed music for Tarzan. Full answer rounds out with Phil Collins. 2 clues left on the board. The first belongs to mountains. The name Big Thunder from Big Thunder Mountain comes from this feature on the old mine train through Nature's Wonderland attraction. Don't let anyone fool you. Big Thunder killed off Mine Train through nature's wonderland, which was a pleasant ride over in Disneyland's Frontierland. Traveled through rainbow caverns, over trestles, and bared witness to multiple animals and different aspects of nature, including both Big Thunder and Little Thunder waterfalls.
We're coming up on Big Thunder, the biggest falls in all these here parts.
Final clue on the board before Final Jeopardy means it's time for the Winter Olympics. Cool Runnings is based on the 1988 Jamaican bobsled team who made their Olympic debut at the Winter Games in this Canadian city. Cool Runnings is very loosely based on the true story of the 1988 Olympic bobsled team from Jamaica. One aspect that is true in the film is that the 1988 games were played in Calgary, Alberta.
All right, fellas, this is us. Let's go. What's the matter? You guys cold?
25 clues are down and one remains. You have the gold around your neck, but are you about to get beaten for it in Final Jeopardy? Let's find out by first spinning the wheel to determine what the category is. An absolute Disney classic will be featured next week and right now. It is time for Sleeping Beauty trivia. How much do you remember about Aurora and all her little pals? 1959 Sleeping Beauty is one of my favorite Disney classics, so make your wagers based on how much you remember about it. All right, time's up. Here comes the final clue in this episode 153, coming from the film Sleeping Beauty. While making the birthday cake for Briar Rose, Fauna uses this item to try to keep it from falling over. Good luck. And time is up. Fauna, not necessarily the greatest baker in the world, though I will say if I were to make a cake, it'd look significantly worse than that. I should go on Nailed It over on Netflix because that's how bad of a cook or baker I am. Fauna, again, not much better. Cake is tipping over, as you can see. What does she use to hold it up? The correct answer is a broom.
Well, what do you think of it?
That does it for episode 153 of Disney Jeopardy. Thank you so very much for watching. Bunny Eclipse, thanks you for watching as well, right, Bunny? Relax, relax, relax. Yes, relax. Okay, sorry, I'm distracted. Anyway, she thanks all of you humans out there, but she really appreciates all these sidekicks out there. Yes, the dogs, the cats, the lizards, the rabbits. If you have gerbils, she appreciates them as well for tuning in each and every week. Shout out to all those Disney Jeopardy pets out there. I appreciate you guys as well. Now it is time for the Club DJ poll to determine one of the categories in next week's episode 154. These are your three options. One of them will be making its way next week. Bunny already knows that when I pick her up at the end of every episode, she is about to get something special, so she starts shaking. She's caught on. She's caught on. But now, you know the deal. If you like what you saw, do me a favor. Subscribe and click that bell icon. Hello, bell. This way, you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. Bunny, relax. Relax. Oh, my gosh. All right, fine. Do you want a bone? You'll get her to stop immediately. This way, you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. I've been your host, Bryan Perri. Bunny Eclipse, your executive producer, is in a rush because she wants her bone. Bone. I can't do this anymore. All right, see you guys next week. Let's go, Bunny.
Bye-bye.